Hi everyone, it's Anne here again. What I've got here in front of me are some Fantasy Fibres. Now, if you're not familiar with these, what they are is a collection of different, I guess you call them yarns and laces put together, and they're sort of coordinated. We do have some packs of them already done in the shop, or you can make your own. And if you want to make up your own, you're just going to need a variety of different yarns. This one's got in a train track and an eyelash yarn and a sequined one and a silver train track, and then it's got 3 different pieces of lace. But anyway, failing that, just grab yourself a collection of different strips of things, I guess is the only way to describe them. It could be a piece you've torn off some fabric or a bit of ribbon, just whatever you have on hand. And I'm going to use these to make tails on things. And the first thing I'm going to put a tail on is this butterfly. I've actually got 2 of them, and I've cut them from one of Reni's digi sheets. And I already went round the edge with some archive link, but I'm probably going to have to do that again because they're going to need trimming up when I've put the tail on them. So to start off with, I'm going to cut some of these Fantasy Fibres. Now, they don't all have to be the same length. In fact, it's better if they're not, because you get a nicer end to the tail. And I probably want my tail to be about 4 or 5 inches long, so I'm going to cut double that, so about here. I'm just going to lay them on the table, and then I get another piece of different yarn here. I'm using this because it coordinates, but it's also very strong. Just going to use that to tie around the middle. Like that. Just tie it a couple of times. I don't need to trim it, it will become another piece of the tail. And when I've got a piece like that, I'm going to put some glue on one half of the back of one of the butterflies. Just press them down for a second. While that's grabbing, I'm going to get one of these stamens. You don't have to use a stamen, you could use a piece of thread or some wire or whatever you've got, or nothing at all if you don't want to. I'm just going to make the little, never know what to call them, feelers on the butterfly, the things that stick up on the front. Okay. Then when I've done that, I'm going to press the 2 together with a bit more glue. Just like so. Okay, I've got a little bit of white showing there. Just trim that off with the scissors and go over it again with the ink. And just go around the edge again with the black. Okay. So what we've got now is this butterfly with a long tail and many different threads. Now, it depends on what you're making. You might need to make it look a bit more delicate, and by that I mean these yarns are all kind of the same thickness, but the laces stand out a bit because they're a bit thicker than the yarns, and I don't actually want that effect. So I'm going to use my scissors to trim these laces in half, and I think you'll see a big difference in the overall appearance. I'm only just going to take them up to the top. And here you say, why didn't you do that first, Dan? Which I could have done, but I wasn't sure how it was going to look. So there's no harm in doing it after. As long as I don't mess with the scissors and cut them right off. Which I've been known to do. Just do this one as well. Of course, it would help if I put my glasses on, which are absolutely no use to me on top of my head, but now I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, there's one more. I missed one. In fact, I missed two. Sorry, just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be with you in a sec. Okay. Alright, now I think you might be able to see a difference. That to me looks a lot more delicate than it did before. The other thing I want to do is cut it at kind of an angle. Like that. Got this one that wants to be disobedient and stick out, but that's alright. Alright, I love that tail. Okay, just to finish off, I'm going to put a little bit of sparkle. Use that one or that one? That one. just on the body, and I'm going to do a larger piece at the top for the head, and then ever smaller pieces or blobs just down to the end of the back of the butterfly. Okay, I'll have to let that dry, but I think that's quite pretty. Now, because it's both sides, I could use it as a dangle, or I could just pop it in a journal. Pop that one over to dry. I did do one earlier, which I managed to smudge because the gold isn't dry, and that's just the same but using different colours. And of course you can use the Fantasy Fibres, as lots of people use them, just in a tag. Put a bunch of them through the top of the tag. Or I had another idea of using some. I've got these ones that I've already tied together in the middle, but they're the same fibres. And I've cut out these wings, and I thought that might be nice to put the fibres hanging from the wings like that. Or I've got a flower here that I made. They would be nice coming off the flower. Alright, well that's all I've got today. I hope it inspires you to use some Fantasy Fibres, and thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Have fun crafting. Bye for now.